I'm
Prepare for battle.
I'm ecstatic.
And just like that, we're all ecstatic to hop into this game, Whitemon, most of all, as his hero lets us know. You know, it's interesting. The panel was talking about that last set of bans for GeekFam, where they banned out both the Enchantress and the Oracle. And I'll say myself, as a Darkseer player, those are the two heroes that I hate playing against the absolute most. So it was a really good ban out there of the Darkseer at the last round of it. And it's very cool to see you know, a little bit of love given to the man, even if it is just in a ban. Back, by the way, in the Dire Fountain right now. We've got themselves given a good little collection of souls to the Shadow Fiend, who is going to start out with the full 11 that's possible. Stop hitting it now.
Oh yeah, it's better now, yeah?
30 seconds.
Well, it's worse at level 1 because you only get 1 damage at level 1.
But it's easier to get to the full charge, faster than before.
Yes. That is the difference that's going to happen. But you can see, because they know that's what the Shadow Fiend is going to be doing, they're all going in on him right now. And they're dude, what a freaking play! Matt got to run away, but the Cliff's level 1 taken. Kolg's pushback onto 2. Mac fairy fires, tries to walk away. A salve used even, and Karl trying to get the kill, but won't quite get it. That was a sneaky, sneaky play from GeekFam. They knew it was coming the whole time, but they still get 2 bounty runes out of Adroit.
So the SF popped the salve, right? Or someone else popped a salve on him. I think it was the bench actually popping a salve on him. Because I don't think the SF had a salve just now.
Popping the salve on him and also blocking the wave for him. So he's going to be able to come in here quickly enough to be able to contest for the CS.
Like nothing has ever happened. Like I said, they have a greedy drop, but if they can pull off a good laning phase, then it might not actually matter. Tide is going to do really well against Nature's Prophet when you get levels. 2 points in Kraken Shell.
Has been killed.
At level 3, when you get there, you should be able to lane here fine. And on top of things, because the Disruptor went for the Glimpse, he doesn't have Thunderstrike to harass the Tide.
Right. So he's going to have a little bit better time of it now on Bach.
Oh, he's going to have a much better time. It's not a little bit, it's a big difference. Thunderstrike does so much damage, like 160 approximately, 180 actually.
Even the early pressure that he might take from some of those treants isn't going to be enough to make up for it. And Boomy is also pulling him waves the whole time as well now. And Whitemon's got to be a little bit careful here. Can't afford to get caught out by this Clockwork, who does already have boots up. So Boomy is going to be able to zone Whitemon back, and yeah, Bach gonna have a very good time for himself. Mid lane, Mac, he's level 2 now and can kind of bully Ember a little bit back as well.
I was really thinking he should go for the second point in Necromastery. I think it's actually a thing right now. Yeah. Like just when you are in this kind of matchup, and you're dominating the lane already, you just go for the second points in Necromastery to just absolutely deny every creep. Because it's double damage at level 2. It's a lot of value on the second point. It goes from what, 13 to 28, right? Yeah, I know. 11 damage at level 1 to 28.
Right, and that's assuming you're going to be able to get those other last hits, which you should be.
You're gonna get it if you're in this kind of lane. That's why you should consider getting the second point. Especially, it used to be a thing, you know, Gabe, when you was the old SF. Like in specific lane matchups, you would actually go for second point in your Necromastery.
Huh. Just to increase the amount of damage that you could get on the old SF. Interesting. I guess too, when you're playing against this Ember, where you have to be worried about slight dodges for the raises, it makes it even a better build potentially. But now he's level 4, and he's really going to be able to put the hurt onto Karl as he gets that double damage increase. Now hitting super hard down bottom. We said that they're going to have a good time on Bach, and he has still continued to have an okay time there.
He needs to get his level 3 before the lane becomes very, very stable for him. And as of right now, Kuku is having a good time at top. LC against PR. Good matchup for the LC. And Venge is not the best lane support to bully a LC out. And Tiny is rotating around mid. He wants some action. Look at the Ember skill build. That's why the Tiny wants to come here. He has 2 points in chains.
Trying to make a play with it. Yeah, the Flame Guard is worse than it used to be now after that last series of nerfs that they got.
Yeah, it's a small, isn't it a small nerf, right? 5 damage.
Made a difference a little bit, it feels like.
A grand total of 40 damage at a level 1 Flame Guard.
That's like you don't need the Fairy Fire anymore for it.
Yeah.
4 minute.
For a lane, it's a lot. It's definitely a difference.
Shadow Fiend gets his bottle refill there. That's real nice for him. And meanwhile, Karl has to bring out some raindrops for himself.
Yeah, and now SF has the illusion rune, so he can use it to dispel the root even if he's under any pressure.
Or dodge away from the tiny stuff that's coming his way. Things looking pretty good in the mid matchup at least.
So looking at I think the overall lanes, Daya is winning mid and bottom. No, actually not bottom. Bottom they're not actually winning. Raiden is actually winning top and bottom.
Okay.
And Daya is winning mid lane.
Just happened. See you later, nerds.
But it's not like any lane is being like severely destroyed though, I think at this point, right? Like, yeah, you have a lot of denies, but I think some of those might be the trance for Raven. And it still feels like you're getting a good amount of levels on this Tidehunter right now. Bach is about 4 1/4, which is, you know, about half a level behind Raven. As bounty runes, does look like going to be a trade-off of 2 apiece. And SF heads back to the jungle a little bit, get his farm on. And then back to mid lane afterwards.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Oh, mid lane. The catapult wave. Look who's here. The supports are here.
Good old Zephyr.
They are the dire supports. And not to mention, there's a Nature's Prophet that could TP in, you know. It's a SF. He's a very, very vulnerable target.
You can see though, recognizing that Mac just retreats back to the jungle and that rotation doesn't end up bearing fruit. They're instead going to look over to Boomy, who will be glimpsed back in. Avalanche toss onto both of them. Bach moves into position with the Cogs pushback. Boomy is going to go down. That's first blood drawn by Raven, who runs into the Cogs again, and then they're going to go.
Raven is balling out of control. Look at his net worth at 6 minutes. It's 3K net worth. He's 500 net worth ahead of the second place hero at 6 minutes.
That is nuts. He's going for these early drums too, which is just indicative of a super quick fighting style. You talked about the greedy lineup from Adroit. It looks like GeekFam want to push that tempo and try and end this game a little bit.
Dire are scanning.
Make the moves around the map.
Yeah, I think if they go for drums into a Mirror Storm, and then the LC goes maybe a pipe, because most of the early game damage from the Dire lineup is SF Race, the Clockwork Magic, the Tide Ravage, and the Bench. They're all magic. So I think if the LC goes for a pipe, his Copper goes for whatever carry build he's going. The game could be very fast-paced.
Back behind enemy lines, they TP in with the tree, and the remnants coming through onto both of them. Mac is down low, can he live? One raised, but dead. They take down both, and CML likely to go down afterwards as well. They brought a couple, but GeekFam brought more, and Karl gets the triple kill.
Yeah, this is the danger of the SF against Nature's Prophet and
Dire's middle tower
any rotating position for hero with a Nature's Prophet keeping in during the catapult wave is very, very, very deadly. And not to mention the Ember that gone for slight chains skill build, ignoring the Flame Guard.
Dire's have that ability to just catch so much damage.
Radiant's bottom
means the tower's gonna go down. That's a huge play.
Jeez. So they will end up finding it now. And again, well, Karl is gonna be
tower going. Your tier 1 mid is going down at 8 minutes.
Yeah, it ain't
Dire's
good.
middle tower
It ain't good for Adroit.
Radiant's
This is
bottom
a bit of a
tower
greedy
is
one
under
here.
attack.
And Boomy won't get caught right there. Karl not going to throw out the chains. And instead, they catch him over to the side of Whitebot. GeekFam are just completely invading the jungle here. And Karl, after 2 rough and frustrating games, is having a monster one already now. Second highest net worth.
What is
Dire's
his build?
top
How
tower
is he
is
gonna
under
do this
attack.
thing? How can he itemize to speed up the game? Match. Don't that damage. That sounds good to speed up the game.
Oh wait, toss again. They catch him. Mac will get one kill there, but now with Karl moving into position, Karl's got to be careful. He can't afford to lose his life, but he won't. He'll get a double kill.
Strike. I feel like he should go that sword. He definitely should go that sword this game. Like they could actually be looking to knock on the high ground, even get Roshan early and knock on the high ground as early as 20-25 minutes.
Dude. Karl
is doing Battle Fury. Oh my god.
What in the hell? What is he doing? Karl's a madman.
Battle Fury is good against PL.
Yeah.
Since Maelstrom and Radiance are out of the favor, so Battle Fury it is. It's the item that gives you farming ability and damage.
Dude, and with Rapier being back in the meta, let's go. Ember Rapier at like 32 minutes. Let's see it.
Why it has to be 32? Why the specific 2?
Because I'm seeing in the future, you know? I'm actually ahead of the stream right now, and I know what's going to happen in a little bit. There's a delay on the live game, because my brain can just comprehend what's going to happen.
Oracle Gate, haha.
That's right.
So Cuckoo is holding the bot lane. Ravage, Race.
He ain't holding it that long. They're gonna take that tower, I think. Ravage was used though, so maybe not. And Boomy, they're gonna TP in on him. No, don't decide to go.
They're gonna get all 4 bounty just to Ravage.
Radiant's
he's not gonna get that. He's not gonna try to get the other one.
It's a safe play. Doesn't want to give it up.
Yep, but still 3 runes for GeekFam for that measly LC life.
And well, I mean, LC is still the second highest net worth, or third highest net worth.
He's actually not poor.
Everybody is having a great game.
3 runes is still significant. It's a decent exchange for the LC's life and the cooldown of Ravage. So right now, Radiant, their lineup does not rely on any big spells at all. Their lineup is just, I see hero, I run at hero, I kill hero, I push tower.
And in the midst of all of it is Karl just standing way far forward because he knows that they can't do anything to him yet. It's just 10 minutes.
What is their lockdown against Ember? They don't have a reliable lockdown against Ember. How are they supposed to kill Ember?
Finding the kill now on to Bond.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Gets the finish. It was Raven that got the final touch, but they weren't able to get dual damage.
Yeah, look at the Ember. He can just play in front of the tier 2. There's no stuns that can catch him. Like the only way I think they kill him is if they have Ravage and he uses hookshot and cogs to push him back and follow up with a Ravage.
Yeah.
Radiant
That's a big task.
They are so farmed. This Karl Ember is going to get completely out of control. I don't know how they deal with this right now. It doesn't matter they didn't get the Darkseer they wanted. They have more than enough now. This is a tough one.
No. Only when they have the Rapier they have more than enough.
Okay, got it. Then they feed the Rapier away and GG, right? I mean, I guess that's another thing. Like,
hey, that's your fairy tale. That's not my fairy tale.
I guess the thing I'm wondering about is Natsumi might be able to like sort of burn enough of his mana or something like that. Maybe then you can get enough lockdown once he gets Diffusal Blade online. But at least for now, it is feeling like GeekFam can do whatever they want.
They're relying on an Illusion PL to burn the Ember, you know, it's not like an immobile hero.
Yeah. No, it's a tough one. Tough ass. Karl, Zephyr, they're stealing the Ancients from Bach. Give this man a chance. They're just being oppressive at this point. They bring in 4 heroes to contest the Ancients. And
you're so greedy. You have to pay the price.
This is what happens. They're gonna send in the Ace, or the Illusion of the LC. Stun gets baited. They got another one in here as well. They will manage to clear out the Ancients.
Disruptors level 6. Who they want to kill? PL would be a good kill. PL or SF?
Sound strategy.
Wait, Tiny is behind Boomy?
Boomy has 6.
Most gracious.
Kai's coming in with Ravage.
Hold them into position. They're down low. Boomy is taking a lot of damage though, and Static Storm down afterwards. Ravage gonna barely be able to clip there. They find the Karl stun, but it is far too late. They just back away, and that was Ravage used now. Chase down. CML is gonna get dueled. Requiem comes out to try and buy a little bit more time, but they're gonna be in some more trouble here in just a moment. They've already lost CML. They did not manage to get any duel damage, but Bach trying to back out of there. 5 heroes chasing him. They finally give up the chase. All this time Natsumi's farming, but I don't know if he's gonna have enough time to get into his items. Wait, round 2, Mac got tossed, chased down, and he's gonna get hit by a couple of raises. Has Cuckoo gone too far? They managed to find that kill. Meanwhile, the Rogue's gonna be able to hold him in place. Mac very low, but not gonna die. Raven does have a TP if he wants to go for it. Let's see.
I think he should have gone for it. Because there was no Ravage, right? No Ravage and no hook shot. Realistically,
oh, no. Never mind. I thought he was
realistically, they actually don't have enough to kill him if he actually went for it. I think it was a bit too conservative. I mean, that's the thing about Raven, right? He's a very conservative carry player. That's why I would say that he doesn't fit playing this kind of aggressive carry like Nature's Prophet. Like if you have him on your team, to use him completely, you want to put him on the AM carry play hero.
Right. And
because with Nature's Prophet, you have to roll the dice sometimes to win the game.
Well, it's interesting though, because those heroes are all being banned out right now because they feel like the type that can just win a game eventually, and you sort of wonder if at a certain point you got to change up your style a little bit maybe. We'll see if he can step up to the task here. So far, he's definitely doing a great job.
Yeah, that's why the Ember is building better, because they know that the Nature's Prophet won't be able to carry this game alone. You know, he needs help from someone else because he cannot deal with the PR.
Speaking of the Battle Fury, we're getting closer and closer. Gonna have another component done. The Perseverance is all he needs at this stage. Back towards the mid lane, they managed to get another D ward and just trying to hold on to whatever little bits of the map they can. They're gonna be losing out on farm just because of how far forward GeekFam can play on the map. They do also need to be able to at least get this farm onto the PL and hopefully the Shadow Fiend as well, for their own sakes.
Dire's bottom
Zephyr?
tower is
Trying to
under
find that.
attack.
Do you think that GeekFam should be trying to hunt the PL at all, or do you think they're okay with just letting him kind of farm for a while?
Oh, they definitely could pressure the game though. Maybe not hunt him, but you could pressure him by taking his towers. At least you have to try to do something or get road shot, you know, while he's farming.
Natsumi.
Oh, Nature's Prophet's in trouble. He needs to block the hook shot.
Oh, he's doing a great job of it. The move, the chase in there, Raven. They decide to turn and fight. Boomy in trouble now. Hit with the veil, hit with the damage, and he drop in. They get the duel as well. Now, up on the high ground, they see the ward, they take down
Radiant's
the ward.
middle tower is under
Now gonna
attack.
try and send in that Diffusal Blade PL illusion. Get the damage out there.
Yeah, so SF went for use. He went for a catching build because they don't have any catch. Very limited catch.
Dire are scanning.
He's probably gonna have to buy like go for like a spellcaster SF build. Dagger, Eos, BKB, and Hex.
Right. Leave the rest of the right-click damage up to Natsumi. Speaking of which, he's going to be heading up this high ground, scouted out. They blow up CML right at the start, but still have the illusion. There's going to be the glimpse. Now the chase down. Whitemon gets punched, gets pummeled, gets killed. Trade off one apiece, and they will be able to also scout out and take down that observer ward.
Huh? They are running out of steam though on the Radiance lineup. I think they have to try to figure out how to get
Oh my god, they got him! Karl! He's dead!
It's over.
Oh dude, he just walked up and cogsed him!
See you later,
He just
nerds.
walked up and cogsed him! And then Mac used! And then he went boom! That can't happen!
that's Karl in a nutshell for you. He does this kind of like stuff all the time. Sometimes he doesn't get away with it. I mean, that's why you want like a risky mid player and a very conservative carry player like Raven. They have the right setup. But this game, why this play hurts a lot is because the Ember is deciding to play for the win condition because he went for Battle Fury, and Nature's Prophet can't really be that hero that wins them the game this time. So he hurts a lot of that right there.
Pop out, saving the SF here. Well done by CML. And that was Static Storm used. Anything else there as well? I think that was it.
I can't
Dire's top tower
explain enough
is
that
under
this death
attack.
is actually so bad for the whole game as a whole. So right now the Dire team, I feel like they're already almost completely back in this game. One more good fight, and they have the lineup that can take Roche, you know, with SF and the bench and the Gush from Tide. They have a lot of minus armor.
Yeah.
Blink on Tide.
Oh man,
Radiant's
and they're
middle
all
tower
here.
is under
They're
attack.
all here. Raven, he moves in. Karl is there as well, walking forward. Bach, root, chase, cogs, caught. I think that that's going to have to do it if you're Geek Fam. I don't know if you can walk into this Ravage. Yeah, it's too tough to do that. So they're gonna take this area and move in to try and take down the mid-tier 1 tower.
Elsie is building a Crimson for you.
Still alive here. The turn on to Zephyr. He is down and dead. Thinking about going for round 2 if they want to, but Adroit gonna back out. Bach, does he want to pop that Ravage?
Can I get a glimpse?
We gotta be careful.
No. Yeah, but I think the LC is building a Crimson Guard instead of a pipe. I don't really like that so much. Because the Crimson is for the PL, but the PL is not the one doing the damage now.
Right.
It's mostly from the magic damage from SF.
And it is feeling more and more like this is like catch, kill, and in a lot of trouble from Geek Fam. You know, you've also, I guess that's the other thing too, is that the damage output from the souls is going to be more from Mac than it was on the last round. Like because of the change to Requiem of Souls, where you end up with a couple more strings of the soul release, it's going to end up being a little bit more damage, I think,
It's
too.
like, what, 20% more damage, 25% more damage, something like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, something around there. It's around 10 to 20% more damage than the old one. But it has something also another thing to do with the positioning, right, of the souls, like where you are during the Requiem.
Right, yeah, that's a good point. Well,
it used to be the case where a hero with a bigger circle, you know, we've been talking about a circle yesterday, that takes more damage.
oh yeah. That's a good point.
I don't know how much he changes things up with this, but I assume it's more damage than before.
They're just gonna raise out the wave 2 times again, and you can see that yes, it's still a gold lead for Geek Fam, but Adroit much more comfortable hanging on to this area of the map now. They feel like they've gotten the round.
They have a greedier draft. If they can farm Ancients like this, even if it's a smaller map, it's fine for them. They're still not getting too stressed out. Like overall, their lineup is more greedy. They scale better. It's the Radiance lineup that has to have more urgency when they are playing the game, despite having this Battle Fury on Ember Spirit that could deal with the PL. But I feel like
Dire
when it comes to
are
late
scanning.
game, you're still more comfortable when you're on the Dire lineup.
And I think that again, there's always that potential for big plays, right? And a player like Karl can have that standout moment later on in the game when he gets this, you know, he's got his Battle Fury going into Deso later, and then maybe into, you know, 5th item Rapier or something like that. There's always that chance.
Yeah, but the thing is, I felt like they needed to outpace the Dire team. Just go Deso and keep playing. Because you remember 5 minutes ago, they have this part of the map, but they couldn't do anything with it. They couldn't push for a tier 2 anymore. And they needed to get Roche, but they don't have the tools to get Roshan, right? So there was this like weird passage of play where they are building their advantage to 3 to 4k network lead, but they couldn't progress anymore because they couldn't get the Roche.
Yeah. That's a problem. It's a
Dire's
serious problem
bottom
for them.
tower is under attack.
They're gonna have a pipe soon done for the Tidehunter. And afterwards going in for the grease. Just all those big team fight, keep it tanky items.
He's the damage sponge this game.
Yeah.
You want them to throw everything at you.
They're going for a big timing here with BKBs and a heart on PL, but first, GeekFam want to try and make a move. They hit the scan up on the high ground, but it's on Boomy. Not the best of heroes to find. Cuckoo, the smoke breaks on him, and as they wrap around the side here, they are going to see the Observer Ward. Cuckoo takes that one out, still walking in. Boomy spots out Zephyr, a hook shot, got him caught. And the toss, didn't toss him out. Blade Mill comes out a little bit late, but Box still chasing. As Cuckoo in his sights, Karl's nearby as well. They're gonna glimpse him, pull him back in. Swamp available, CML pulls him out of position and taunted back in afterwards as well. He doesn't get the Ravage off. And they immediately have to get out.
That was a very, very costly mistake there.
Wait a minute.
Jumping in.
Are they gonna go for more?
You cannot jump in when like this and not commit your Ravage. And you're against Disruptor.
The glimpse, they find Boomy. Much needed, but wait on the back lines. They find the kill on Karl again. That got him once. Oh my god, and Raven trying to turn it, but there's no way to break the TP. He just got Ewelled again. They were all looking right. Oh, Karl was left.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Consolation prize for the 3 kills. At least they got something. And PL didn't die, so it was good. Still good for the Dire team. Yeah, but like I said, if the tide blinks in, if you're playing tide this game, you blink in and you don't start the fight, you're not gonna start the fight because there's LC and Disruptor.
Are fortified.
Right. You have to be very, very decisive.
I guess that you kind of need your other cores to be ready to follow up, and it feels like without BKB, Mac can't do that yet.
And then it's still the Tide's fault, right?
Yeah.
Because he just didn't consider that the other heroes are not ready to go in. Right. I think here when they were fighting here, they go for the kill on the Tiny. I think that's it. If you kill him, you cannot afford to chase. Because he blinked down to the low ground and he didn't ravage. And he realized that they couldn't kill him. And he was pretty much dead after that.
Yeah, it's fair. Throw out another flare. Trying to scout out the Roche. GeekFam again. You can see now, it's just all of the map is sort of being split evenly, and Adroit feel like they're in a very comfortable position, despite being down just that 3,000 gold lead. Like, that lead really doesn't matter that much now.
Yeah, because they have the greedier and better scaling lineup overall.
Illusions up on the top side, but Raven, I mean, he's still a big bad boy and hard to deal with. Raven's gonna do a lot of damage.
The PR hasn't reached his timing yet. He needs to finish the heart before he's ready to engage them.
He's pretty stacked up with gold. They swap out again, keep him busy, finds the Zephyr chase down, Ravage connects onto both of them. Now the hook shot afterwards from Boomy. Zephyr is gonna fall, but Cuckoo able to walk away from there. They get the taunt now, going back onto that Tide Hunter. Static Storm down afterwards, and they still have Blitz available. Going back in onto one, but the BKB reaction, Requiem round 2, Karl able to live through that one. And now Raven turning on the Mac, trying to kill him off, and they will be able to. That was exactly what GeekFam needed.
Don't think they should have gone into fight though. Like I said, the PL is not strong enough to fight. He needs to finish his heart. And even though that the Tide got a semi-decent ravage right, on the heroes, but if you don't kill the LC and he gets the door, I think you just lose the fight after that. And the PL illusions got destroyed by one overlapping toss.
True. Not working out for them. And this is going to be Roche for them. Think back and forth series. You can see, like, yeah, the gold lead has constantly been in GeekFam's favor. If you look at that win probability, it's sort of tilting back and forth a little bit here and there. It feels like either team has had a pretty good chance here. Make their moves. So we do have double enchanted quivers coming out. A repair kit was picked up for GeekFam. I think Adroit are really hoping that they get that item right now.
Ember's gonna finish his BKB next. Nature's Prophet is getting a Satanic. LC is getting... I don't know what he's getting. Maybe he finishes his Solar. I mean, they're pretty much what they need after the Ember completes the BKB. Wait, he bought something, right?
He should. I think so. Yeah, it's coming out. Well, no, there's nothing on the courier. Maybe it's just a pause bug, and we'll see it afterwards. Maybe accidentally sold it. Who knows? I do like the Nature's Prophet going for the 8 armor talent at level 20. Feels like it's very needed in this type of a game with the Shadow Fiend and the Venge in it.
Carry Nature's Prophet, usually you go the 8 armor. If you're playing a utility Nature's Prophet like off lane, and you have type, mech, maybe Necrovoke, I don't know, right. Then usually you go for the cooldown reduction.
Still, he's 3,000 gold ahead of this PL, who is still trying to finish off his heart.
The 3,000 gold, doesn't matter. Because PL uses the gold better than the Nature's Prophet. He's a stronger hero if he gets to the stage where he has the heart, and he needs... What's after the heart? Probably a Basher, because they need a lockdown to kill the Ember.
Right. Just into the full Abyssal Blade, do you think, at that point? Or maybe like... I guess you could go like Scotty or something. That could be kind of good against the Satanic.
Abyssal is good, I think.
Okay.
Abyssal and Scotty. They're both very good because they're lacking lockdown. If the Shadow Fiend can itemize to Hex, oh yeah, he's going Hex now. So playing BKB yields Hex, like I said. If he gets to that, then I think the PL doesn't need the Abyssal that much.
Right.
Maybe he can go for the Scotty after the Basher. You just get the Basher and don't upgrade it.
I've seen a lot of Scotties lose. That's just the one thing about it that's kind of annoying.
Yeah, because people are overbuying it. Like they think the item is actually that good of in a lot of situations, but there is always something else that is more suitable. Because if you are choosing to go for a Scotty as a core, then you're probably not getting like a Butterfly or a Basher, which could be very, very useful in the team fight.
Hey man, Avalanche toss back, and that should be Boomy going down pretty low. Bach trying to move in to save him. He's got to be careful about this glimpse that's coming. Oh, with the hook shot save. And now Glimpse, is it within range? Nowhere nearby. But the DD finished, and he takes down Boomy.
Dire's middle tower is under
pick up there by Karl.
He's gonna get his BKB after he clears the bot wave. Bot wave and another, a couple of jungle creeps, and he'll get it.
PL is about to have his heart finished, and they also were able to pick up a repair kit on the side of the Adroit.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
A pretty big win for them because they don't really have the best tower hitters on GeekFam.
He just forfeit a decent tower if you ask me. If you kill everyone else, you can hit the tower.
But then but he's like super exposed, right? Like they don't have people to save him. Like what's Tiny gonna do? Like toss him out or something?
Legion.
There's no way. If Clockwork hook shots him?
Yeah, then he just stands and fight. So the example, he has BKB Satanic. And he's building an AC and he's meant to stand and deliver. And just with the LC behind to dispel, press the attack, cast Crimson Guard.
What a movie that one was. Great
what?
movie.
That's a movie?
Yeah.
It wasn't meant.
Oh, jumping Ravage! Trying to bring him down pretty low, and they're gonna do it. Cuckoo is gone. Raven now trying to stand and deliver, seeing if he can make it happen, but the swamp is there, and CML is gonna drop, but all the rest of them crowd around. Raven down low, and Raven dead. Now Karl seeing if he can play a little bit of cleanup here with the Battle Fury. Natsumi chasing, trying to bring down Zephyr. Instead, they're focusing on everybody else instead of him. As the right clicks are coming through, the Yule Scepter lift up onto Zephyr, a Karl's pushback, and then the raise. Easy as pie, and Karl out of mana, up on the top side. He's in trouble, he's dead.
Still
Now, can they kill him a second time? Boomy is there for Karl's in the second. Battery Assault instead is going to get popped against BKB, and now Boomy in trouble. Mac in trouble. Karl's pissed and wants to find a couple heroes to kill, and looks like he's going to be able to do it through the Scepter, but no blink out. Double kill from Karl. Now they instead decide to turn over and kill Whitemon. Legion is back up again. Legion has two available. They're trying to find this. Can they do it in time? He gets more. The tide. Venge moves in. Oh, and a pause in the DC. Oh, unfortunate. Although Natsumi,
he felt like he should have done the PL if he knew after he cast the overwhelming odds. He probably should know which one's the real one. I think he needed to just like. There's no point doing the tide. I think. Not sure if he can kill the PL now.
Can PL just like kill them, you know, while DC just continuing to A-click on the ground? I don't know. It kind of has that feel to it a little bit right now. I guess Tiny's respawning in 9.
Probably,
yeah, that's
probably
tough.
not. They have the Crimson buff on.
Yeah. They did have Venge just cast the Wave of Terror, so there's that minus armor that's being placed onto all of them. But we'll have to wait and see how this one goes. Man, they should not have stuck around to try and kill Karl for a second time.
Maybe if the Claw had Cogs, because he was, I think, 1 second
like
off. Yeah, 1 second or 2 seconds off. Maybe they could kill him. But if he tried to start it, he ran in and he cast Battery Assault. Anyone knew that was not gonna work.
Yeah. That's the moment where it's like, if it had been a pause right then, I think probably Adroit just like backs out and leaves. Man, it's got to be so frustrating for these players. Unfortunate the internet connection issues that they're having, but sometimes what ends up happening. Nonetheless, Natsumi, he does still have a well, he doesn't have doppelganger for another 3, but I don't know if they can really chase him down. If he wants to leave this fight, I think he has a way to do it. I'll have to wait and see. Wait! Okay, and he's leaving. And they're running away. Yeah. So they're just gonna back out. Final tally of that fight ends up being heavily into the favor of GeekFam. But Peel didn't die. And Raven did.
Yep, and PL is the strongest hero in this game. He's getting there. He's reaching the point where he's gonna be able to solo carry the game. Needs 1 more item.
Never refuse gold.
Yeah, even giving him the book for his 25.
Wow. I always feel like the doppelganger cooldown is better, but do you think there's value in the critical strike this game?
I mean, doppelganger is damage also. Like, why would you go for the critical?
Just for cool to do?
Maybe there are some games that is good, but I mean, overall doppel is still good.
Oh, found him. Fight on down. Zephyr going in on CML. Natsumi's here too. Raven teams into this. Oh wow, that's deadly. That's really deadly. BKB charge used, and they're slowing down Karl. Natsumi, he's still here. They did not chase any further.
Roche would be, the next road start would be very, very crucial. I think the game is gonna go into a point where both sides are gonna just farm and finish their items. It's gonna be very hard to take a fight for either team. I think it's too much of a risk for anyone to fight without the Aegis. So we're probably gonna see like waves being cleared out, maybe some pickoffs happening.
Right.
SF trying to finish his hex. The hex is very, very important. Like, it's super important now that he finishes this item. It's gonna give them 1 way to kill the Ember.
And Boomy is so farmed right now. Finishes off a halberd. That's great against Raven.
Yeah, but I don't feel like it's gonna be a game changer. The hex on the Shadow Team will be a game changer.
Right. True. It's going to be an interesting to watch for, and you can see that it's still pretty easy even farming around the map, but just by virtue of the mobility that you have on GeekFam and the fact that you kind of have to stay together if you're Adroit, they're getting a little bit more out of the map right now. But it's a 5-man smoke. They have Ravage back up again, and the person they're running into, it looks like, is Cuckoo, and Raven up on the high ground. Natsumi finds him right at the start. BKB out. Now in some trouble. He's going to doppelganger back to the moment. Cuckoo going to go under 1. They find the real Natsumi, but there's the Yule Scepter and the BKB and the jump. It comes out low on a Cuckoo. He's done. Karl. He's running low, and they found him on the hook shot. The catch back on the other side. Static's on the pretty good, but they swap out one. Natsumi's still living. Ravage turns, able to find Raven, kill him as well. No buyback for either of those heroes. Karl trying to run and get out of dodge. He does not want to stick around too much longer, or he does because he's literally insane. This man is out of his mind. But I guess that they don't have anything to catch him out anymore anyways.
No, I feel that's Hex. When they have a Hex, you cannot play like this anymore.
Chase. Thinking about it. Keeping the illusions on him.
Radiant's middle tower.
Again there.
Middle
But the
tower
tower's
has
going
fallen.
down. Yeah, he just sticks around. Karl does not care that much. Another one fight for Adroit. This one much more emphatically, it felt like. So Winter, I don't know how you're feeling, but it is definitely looking a little bit scary at this point for GeekFam as Karl's chasing. He doesn't have any more remnants. He doesn't have much more mana. He does have a duel afterwards, though. With that, Boomy is going to die, and GeekFam able to find that pickoff they wanted. Maybe take over the outpost now afterwards as well. Oh, they already have it.
So Roche is up. This is a fight that Dire cannot give up. They have to contest the Roche. They have to go. It's
Clockwork sends out the flare, and yeah.
What did the PL buy? Okay, he has Thresher and buyback.
Yeah. Shadow Fiend has Hex, no buyback. The only heroes with buyback in the game right now actually are the Disruptor and the PL.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They just need
Karl?
to drag out the game. If the Tide can finish, say his refresher, and then they get
Radiant's
another
bottom
item on
tower is
PL,
under
then
attack.
it will, the game is just gonna get better for them.
Right.
Like the more time they have, the better it will get.
Zephyr hanging out in the Roche pit. They're bringing in Raven as well now. With the Clockwork nearby and the Venge as well. Oh, Zephyr! They saw the wave of terror and caught her. That was nice.
Buyback. Oh, he has buyback? Okay, he just got buyback.
Oh my god, that was so close. All right, now back over to the outposts. That's two heroes that if they die, they won't have buyback on Adroit. This fight is looking a little bit scarier for him right now, not gonna lie. Venge can't afford to do that wave of terror shenanigans anymore with the Tiny nearby.
Yeah, I think the primary role he's gonna fulfill is to probably just swap the SF if SF is in any sort of trouble, or if he gets tossed into the enemy. Or if he doesn't need to do that, he just needs to use his swap to maybe cancel some BKB TPs. Yeah, he needs to stay out of harm's way at the start of the fight.
Shadow Fiend, by the way, picks up the Timeless Relic. So the debuff duration increase.
So that's going to increase 1 second, right? Overall on the Hex, almost 1 second.
Yeah. Pretty big. And then they also are going to have that added spell damage coming out from the Requiem. So almost 200 damage per released soul. That's a lot. It's a lot of damage, man.
It's a lot of damage if you don't have a BKB.
Yeah. You know what else is a lot of damage?
Dire's bottom tower
Look at
is
Karl's
under attack.
quick buy. He's going for it.
I'm just thinking whether he needs anything else. Probably not. Like if he wants to buy something, it's just damage, or he just needs to get
Dire's
damage. And
bottom
Rapier is the
tower
best
is
item
under
for him
attack.
right now.
Right. PL just picks up the leveler. He is 24 still. And getting closer and closer to that level 25 talent now. Still, the lead is growing for GeekFam. As time goes on, bit by bit. PL illusions go in, gonna get some extra mana burn there onto these heroes. can see that with the high mobility coming out from the Nature's Prophet and the Ember, they're able to farm all over the place. And a smoke up now. They want to try and catch somebody who's clearing out the creeps, and it's Boomy. Boomy does not have buyback. He just used Flicker, sends it back home, but they're gonna come over towards him. Runs into absolutely everybody. Calls out, but he is done. And just like that, they have an opening now.
You are no more.
Do they do rush? Do they just go to rush? 90 seconds?
It's really hard, I think, still. But they're saying in these trance, scouting out on high ground.
Solar Crest and Desol. It should be pretty quick.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They're moving into the pit. Raven eating away at it. They jump forward back. They call it again. Requiem comes up with the BKB. Goes in time. But oh, he's the Minotaur horn. He gets them alive there. And now the turnaround. They finally kill Bach. No Ravage. They gotta run. Oh my god, that Minotaur horn picked up by the Legion commanders, saving a life. Unreal.
Oh, that was a huge blow. Now Roshan is gone. Aegis entries.
Damn.
That's gonna hurt so much.
Oh, he just baited that one. There's no, I mean, he knew. And they just didn't check his items to see if he got the Minotaur. I've never seen an item pickup, a neutral item pickup, do so much in a game before. That was huge.
There you go.
Rapier.
Okay, now the game is super hard for them. They have to, even if they have buybacks on PR, I thought you have to just buy everything. You just get all the items.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Feels like he needs it. He gets the Abyssal Blade already. Leveler is done as well. So you want to get anything else? They do have a glyph for the moment. Karl still standing very far forward. I gotta say, this makes me really uncomfortable.
Yes,
There's a rapier there. Well, that's true, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy. They jump in, they kill Boomy yet again. Repair kit is working, but they're trying desperately to hold on the buildings. The problem is there's far too much damage. Look at how quickly these buildings fold. They need to make a play without Boomy. They can't afford to wait for him. 50 seconds. Bach. He's not got Ravage available. They don't have Refresher either. I don't think they got enough left in the tank. The game is too hard now, and Karl is too strong. That is 2 sets of racks. And if they wanted to, they're going to go on down bottom next as well. 30 seconds until they have the clockwork back up. 30 seconds until Ravage. That's how long they got to hold out now.
They have to hold out even more after that. When clockwork's up, they have to wait for the PR to finish his next item. Like they have a severe lack of damage.
Dire's bottom
They don't
tower
have
is
enough
under
damage
attack.
right now.
He took the critical strike talent.
Oh, really? Okay. I mean, yeah, because they don't have enough damage right now.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Damage issues.
All
I
right,
mean,
they got
if they didn't lose that fight, then things were really different.
18,000 gold lead, double catapults. They're and ready, and they are looking to keep this going now. Pressure out. Karl doing a lot of Abyssal Blade onto him. Jump forward, Ravage, but that's still just going to be the Aegis. He's hexed, he's dead. Max does have Requiem afterwards if they want to use it, but they're not. They're backing out. Zephyr trying to get out of there. Bach, CML dead instantly. The Venge Illusion is already gone as well. They buy back on Bach, trying to hold on to their base, if at all possible. Still need to wait though. They have Hex back up in 3 seconds for Mac as well as his BKB available, but they're breaking the BKB with that ulti and they toss him in. Mac is forced to pop the BKB, but the duel! Cuckoo caught him out of control, and they're gonna find the kill. That is Mega Creeps. A buyback comes. It feels so bad right now for Adroit, who are gonna lose Natsumi. He also is gonna be forced to buy back, and they need a comeback and a half. They will push back Raven now. Disarms, trying to bring him down. Alright, they got the Abyssal Blade, but the cheese, and the turnaround, a triple kill from Raven. Don't test me, son. I'm coming for you. They steal the rampage, but they win the game. GeekFam taking them down and moving on in this tournament.
Nature's Prophet did it, or the Ember did it. Together they did it. Together.
Unreal.